Run It Back Nation, what is good? Sicko Nation, what is good? I see some OKC sickos in the chat. I see some Knicks sickos in the chat. I see a Sixers sicko in the chat. This is just absolute sicko behavior, bro. Absolute sicko behavior for you. For you to just wake up in the morning and talk Sixers is insane after what they've done to you for the past couple of years. It's just insane, bro. You gotta stop. You need therapy. You gotta stop, man. It's the NBA season is 5 months away, and you are predicting the 76ers playoff result. Thank you for the support, man. Thank you for the support. I love you. Somebody's a Cowboys fan, and JD Dab said, I have a feeling he knew with the influx of OKC fans, he would get Cowboys fans along the way. What the hell does that mean? What the hell do the Dallas Cowboys have to do with the Oklahoma City Thunder, man? What? Hey, I love you. Thank you for the support. Let's see. Shout out to Blood. Shout out to Hot Wheels. Shout out to Rudy. Shout out to Valiant Thunder Up. Yeah. Welcome to another edition of Run It Back NBA, where we talk NBA news every single day, all off season. Anything we can find to talk about, we will talk about. NBA related, mostly. Basketball related, hoops related. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for being here. Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, all that stuff. Let's get right into it, man. The first thing I guess we'll react to is you know, the aftermath of the Knicks parade. It is said to have been the largest NBA championship parade in history. The largest championship parade in history. That is way too many people in one place. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's too many people in one. This looks like a safety hazard. But hey, Knicks fans showed out. 2 million people at a parade, man. That is outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. They are standing on the buildings. They are standing on the street signs. That is insane. And again, you will not catch me at anything like this. The New York Knicks just had the biggest parade in NBA history. There's your boy Mitch. Let's find that video of Mitch on the back of a truck. And then we got to find the video of the police thinking Kolek was a random fan. We got to find that too. And then we do have some reports to go over. ESPN's talking about Karl Anthony Towns taking a pay cut. There's a lot of things, man. There's a lot of things. Here's Jalen Brunson carrying the championship trophy down the street. Wow. All right, let's get some volume on this one. Let's get some volume on this one. Hey, man. Again, congratulations, Knicks fans. The Knicks did it. The Knicks did it. You deserve it. 2 million. 2 million. Here's a dude hitting a short side screen and go on a couple of NYPD police officers. Check this out. Check this out. Watch the screen and go right here. Skirt, skirt, and we out. We out to the crib. 6. He's out of there. Where's the Kolek video, man? What's this one? Yeah, I don't know what's going on that one. There's probably some stuff happening here that we're not gonna show. Where's the Tyler Kolek video, man? All right, here we go. Let's find the Tyler Kolek video. For those that haven't seen, NYPD or security or somebody thought Tyler Kolek was a random fan, which is just one of the funniest things. You can't write shit better than this. Tyler Kolek is trying to celebrate with... Look at the tweet. Tyler Kolek is trying to celebrate with his team, and security thought he was a random fan, dude. Look. Watch. Hey, you can't be here. hey, you can't be here, bro. This only Knicks players are allowed back here. He's like, I'm on the team, man. I'm on the team. The guy with the white beard, he's like, all right, I guess, I don't know, dude. I don't watch basketball, you guys. Hey, get out of here. He's like, I don't watch basketball, man. I don't know who's on the team. You don't look like you're on the team. That's all we know. Oh, look, this dude ran up and vouched for him right here. Who's that? That kind of looks like Rick Brunson a little bit. Who is that? No, it's not. Yeah, this guy runs up like, hey, he's on the team, man. He's on the team. Yeah, he looks like every white kid at a Morgan Wallen concert. But I swear he's on the team. All right, man, let's get into some news, man. So, they're talking on ESPN about Karl Anthony Towns taking a pay cut. And I don't really understand this too much because isn't Karl Anthony Towns on a 4-year contract until 2029? 2028? So I don't really know how this works, but we're going to figure it out. The Knicks could keep their core together for the next 3 to 5 years if Karl Anthony Towns and Josh Hart are willing to take a pay cut. Oh, we're not talking about this upcoming season then. We're talking about, what are we talking about? Next season or 2 seasons from now? Let's hear what our boy Windy had to say, man. Brian Windhorst, here you go.
Honestly, that's the biggest. In all honesty, that's the biggest question of the Knicks offseason. So Karl Towns is under contract for next season. He'll be back. He'll be the starting center.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. So how can you take less money if you're already under contract?
He'll be there on ring night. But the question is, can Karl Towns stick with this team long term? The way he was used in this postseason, it's hard to not see him as with this team for the majority of the rest of his career. But he is in...
So they're talking about the core. Okay. See, I thought this was on the same topic of the second apron this upcoming season and what they would do with Mitchell Robinson and those guys. And yeah, so this isn't about that. This is about keeping their core together for the long term.
Position to get a contract extension that's going to approach $70 million a year on average. And he has earned it. He has shown that he is an elite center in this league, a championship player. But the Knicks are not going to be able to afford that type of player. They'll re-sign him, but I don't know if they'd be able to keep the team together. So Jalen Brunson took less. Now, I don't expect anybody in the history of the NBA to do what Jalen Brunson did, but Mikal Bridges took a little less than he could have last year. If Karl Towns is willing to take a little bit of a haircut, $7-10 million over the course of multiple seasons, and Josh Hart is also extension eligible this summer. If both of them are willing to take a little bit of a haircut, you could see this core staying together for
Why is he calling it a haircut?
3, 4, 5 years. If Karl Towns wants his full max extension, which again he has earned, it's going to be hard to keep the roster together after next season.
After next season. All right, let's go look at Towns' contract just to get it right. After next season. Let's go look at Karl Anthony Towns' contract just to get it right. And that's what I don't understand. Why wouldn't they be able to pay him? Why wouldn't they be able to pay him? So right now he is signed until 2028. He has a player option for $61 million in 2028. Upcoming season he's owed 57. So yeah, what they're saying is he could decline his player option here in 27-28 and could sign an extension, and he's eligible for a max extension. Like, I mean, yeah, you're paying OG, you're paying Bridges, you're paying Josh Hart, you're paying Brunson. Is Brunson going to continue to play for less money also? You know what I'm saying? That's where it gets tricky, man. You want to keep your team together and win as many championships as you can. But yeah, keeping all four of those guys on the squad, they're all worth, I don't know if Mikal Bridges is worth big money, but at least those three, Brunson, OG, and Towns, are worth big money. And yeah, it would be hard to keep them all if they all want to go max extension. Another thing with the Knicks is what we were talking about yesterday, which is the second apron situation and the comments that were made by James Dolan about not going into the second apron, right? Then you have a lot of things coming out about like he doesn't really know what he's talking about, and that makes sense. He's just an owner. Maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about. He probably shouldn't be on the radio talking about NBA salary cap if he doesn't know the ins and outs, and that's why he said that's Leon's job, and he made it sound like the second apron is something you can't do. And I think I said this yesterday. The second apron is not something you can't do. It's more money in the tax penalty. And it just, here, listen to what Bobby Marks breaks it down really well on what the second apron actually is for those that don't know. And you know me, man, the NBA, the CBA, and all these numbers get very confusing. So let's try to make sense of it.
Dolan right to avoid the second apron at all costs, as he pointed out.
Can I give him partial credit for his answer here, George?
Sure.
When he talks about the second. Listen, the second. I think there's a lot of misinformation about the second apron. The second apron is for teams that do not have. You don't want to be in there if you're not a championship level roster, because it restricts you from adding from the outside, from going out and making a trade and taking back more money and signing free agents. But it doesn't restrict you to.
Hey, honestly, man, you could see the Knicks going into the second apron. You don't want to be in the second apron multiple years in a row. More penalties start to pile up there with like freezing draft picks and things like that. But if the Knicks feel like they can win 3 of the next 5 or something, or if they at least feel like they can repeat, I could see them going into the second apron, and the dude would just have to write the check, man. If you're confident your squad hit the second apron if healthy, yeah. You just got to write the check, man. You know. So I could see the Knicks coming back with the whole squad. And if they lose Mitch Robinson, that is a big hit to their interior defense, their rebounding. Of course, he had a game-sealing offensive rebound on a free throw in an NBA Finals elimination game. So it would be a big deal, man. It would be a big deal. I just opened the wrong page. Hold on a second. It would be a big deal if they would lose him. It would be a big deal. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Still on the Knicks topic, I wanna laugh at Vince Goodwill for a little bit, man. I don't know if you guys saw this absolutely ridiculous thing that he said on ESPN the other day, but he's saying another ridiculous thing today, and then I'm just gonna circle back to this guy. I don't understand it. This is total nonsense. Vince Goodwill on ESPN. And I don't know, maybe he's trying to become the new Skip Bayless and just say ridiculous things that other people can argue with. But I just don't understand where he's even getting this information from. The Knicks not extending Karl Anthony Towns at the beginning of the season has stuck with him, and he has not gotten over it, says Vince Goodwill. Do you know what I mean, dude? These reporters act like they're at the breakfast table in these players' houses. How would he know this? Was he at breakfast with Karl Anthony Towns and his wife yesterday? Like, that doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to say that. And it's the same guy that said this the other day, that he got absolutely smoked for it. And then I'm gonna play what he said the other day, which is just absolutely ridiculous. And then I'm gonna play Boogie Cousins on FanDuel TV roasted him for it. Listen to this.
all the rest of it. It's dynasty or parody, which is better for the sport?
I think dynasty is better for the sport because if we're going to look at the way that the NBA experienced this golden age, those 2 decades where it went from Magic and Bird and Isaiah in between to Michael Jordan, that's where you had the greatest explosion in growth. And it's not just because those guys hoarded the championships. Now you're legislating parity. The owners are saying you aren't allowed to be great for an extended period of time because look at Oklahoma City with Durant and Westbrook and Harden. They weren't allowed to keep their 3 guys together because the money says, okay, you drafted too well. You drafted 3 MVPs. Yep. You can't hold on to them. The reason that the Knicks won this championship.
It gets better. Listen, and this dude right here, I forget his name, Alan Hahn, I think. He's like a New York Knicks writer or a SNY writer or something like that. So just watch him reacting to what he says.
Is because Minnesota could not afford to hold on to Karl Anthony Towns, and he became the final piece for them. So it's going to also cost the Knicks on the back end. But to your general question, I like to know that greatness is validated. How do we know that any of the last 8 champions are actually validated? Because they have not done it again. Giannis is itching to get out. Boston is thinking about trading Jaylen Brown. They don't believe in their 1 championship. LeBron's 1 championship in LA was not enough.
They don't believe in their 1 championship.
So why would it be enough for us?
Validate is the Larry O'Brien that I put on that shelf and it stays there forever. That's the validation. The Laker thing.
Oh, you mean participation trophy then?
I'm sorry. Larry O'Brien is a participation trophy?
If everybody...
Bruh.
Validate is the Larry O'Brien that I put on that shelf and it stays there forever. That's the validation. The Laker thing.
Oh, you mean participation trophy then?
I'm sorry. All right, Larry O'Brien is a participation trophy?
If everybody gets one.
It is an actual trophy. You won the league.
Everybody's mad.
That year. The 2021 I get because it's summer camp. Like it was in one little bubble, and that's why people give them crap about that one. But no, you win the title. It's validated.
The Larry O'Brien is a participation trophy if everybody gets one. I don't even know where he comes up with some of this stuff, but listen to what Boogie Cousins said on FanDuel TV as they were reacting to the participation trophy comments.
Yeah, I want to start with this one with you first because this ruffled a lot of feathers and it was a historical bad take. But
he was basically saying, like, if you only win 1, it's not that impressive. That's kind of what he was saying, which is just ridiculous.
Vince Goodwill, he believes parity is bad for the league, and the NBA championships are starting to feel like participation trophies.
Crazy.
Do we agree? Do we disagree? I think that was one of the most outrageous things that you can hear. For me, it showed the strength in where we are in the league. Like, we championed so many different young stars, but the minute all of them start getting a piece of the pie and start challenging each other for championships, now that's considered a bad thing. What's your opinion on that, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, for real.
I disagree with the whole statement. It was pretty crazy statement in the first place. I mean, at the end of the day, somebody has to win. But the weird part to me was, talking about the validation part. Like, if you win a championship, the only way you can validate is if you win another one. So that's in the category of his own. But when we start talking about the guys that didn't win championships and you're trying to say they're not validated. So I think about guys like Charles Barkley. I think about the Allen Iversons, the Reggie Millers, the Tracy McGrady's, the Carmelo Anthony's. The list goes on, the Chris Pauls. And you sit here and you make a statement like that. So you
don't even want to validate the guys with championships.
I'm just, the whole statement is
one and done are no good anymore.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
So even if you win a championship, you're still not validated as, a good player? And this is coming from a guy that's never put on a uniform in his life. Probably never. Guy that's never put on a uniform in his life. Probably never made a team in his life.
Hey, hasn't Boogie been on ESPN before, man? Straight up said this guy's never made a team in his life. If you guys have any information on even who Vince Goodwill is, I just don't even really understand where he came from and why he's on ESPN saying these things. But, it's ESPN, man. It's entertainment at the end of the day. And they are giving us off-season content. They're giving me Boogie tried chasing with the Warriors and then got injured. He sure did. He sure did. He sure did. Rotted too long in Sacktown. He sure did. I was at a Sixers game one time in the upper deck when Boogie Cousins got ejected from the game for his second technical foul. That was a fun time. All right, man. On to draft experts legitimately believe the Wizards could pick Darryn Peterson with the number 1 overall pick over AJ DeBonsa. And I said the other day, like, nobody's taking anybody over AJ, and I think the mentality comes into the conversation, the way Darryn Peterson handled his college career, and now he's out here demanding, saying he's only working out for one team and demanding that other teams don't draft him. And there's all this, you're getting these Ace Bailey vibes. And I think that could come into account when you're talking about a player that you're going to try to win a championship with over the next 10 or 15 or 20 years. And so I just didn't think, and I probably still don't think, that AJ DeBonsa is not going number 1. But multiple draft experts legitimately believe the Wizards could pick Darryn Peterson with the number 1 overall pick. And I want to talk about, I think, who is the better fit for the Washington Wizards, right? Because you look at, okay, Trae Young declined his player option because he's expected to sign a longer-term deal with the Washington Wizards, right? They have to hope and pray that Anthony Davis can somehow be healthier than Joel Embiid as the floor there. And so the Wizards are in a good situation to try to win now and also develop a young player, right? So are they drafting for highest ceiling, or are the Washington Wizards going to draft for who actually helps us become a relevant franchise as soon as possible? Don't forget Alex Sarr on that squad. The Wizards could be pretty damn good this upcoming season if everybody is healthy. But the better fit for the Wizards between AJ DeBonsa and Darryn Peterson, I think if you're looking at Trae Young at point, Alex Sarr, Anthony Davis, I think as a pure off-ball number 2, the better fit for the Washington Wizards is actually Darryn Peterson. Like, just a little bit more of a straight-up sniper. You know what I'm saying? And I think both of these guys are NBA ready. I think both of these guys are NBA ready. I think you're seeing a Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper draft again, where the top 2 guys are immediate contributors, are immediate 20, 25 point guys. It took Cooper Flagg, he had a rough first couple of months in the NBA, but then he just became he just got into the groove and just looked like an NBA All-Star really the past couple of months of the NBA season, of his rookie season. So I think both of these guys are NBA ready, and I do agree probably that, mentality aside, Darryn Peterson fits the Washington Wizards better as a pure off-ball sniper. I think he's a better fit alongside Trae Young. And I think day one, if the Washington Wizards come out there day one, Trae Young and Darryn Peterson, Alex Sarr and Anthony Davis, that's a solid team. And the Washington Wizards might be relevant this upcoming NBA season. Is that crazy to say? We all kind of laughed at them when they made the Trae Young trade and the Anthony Davis trade. But I think I could see Darryn Peterson going number 1 overall. Maybe that's why he said he doesn't want to work out for other teams. Maybe he already got intel. Maybe somebody already told him, hey, maybe somebody in the Wizards organization We're not allowed to tamper, right? Maybe somebody told a relative of his or something. Hey, just let him know. We're picking him number 1. There's no real reason for him to work out for other teams. We're picking Darryn Peterson at number 1. I think it could happen. I think it could happen. I'm starting to think it could happen. When I really think about the fit, I'm starting to think it could happen, man. What you guys think? If they want good off-ball player, why not just trade number 1? Yeah. The only thing AJ has over Peterson is size. I have seen people say Peterson is going to be him. Same people said the same thing about AJ. Man, both of these players are great. Hey, you know what? Just for fun, let's go. Let's go watch a little Darryn Peterson montage, and then let's watch an AJ DeBonsa montage, man. Let's go do that. What should we do? Okay, let's go AJ DeBonsa first, man. Let's just refresh our memory on how damn good both of these players are about to be. If I could get the webpage on the right damn side of the... Let's watch AJ DeBonsa, and then let's watch Darryn Peterson, and let's make the decision. Let's make the decision right now. Who's the better prospect, man? Here's AJ, man. And AJ shot, oh my goodness. Now, look, I don't know who number 5 is. That's the coach's son or a math student, but holy hell. That, like, you know what I mean, man? Look at this. Look at this guy. He can't believe what he just witnessed. He cannot believe this is an NBA player. This is straight up, look at this. Look at this bag work. What? What? Bro, do you understand the level of footwork here and reading the defender and countering again? Oh my, I can't even. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not passing up on this guy. This guy's 6'9" and is showing me Kobe Bryant level footwork. I'm not passing up on that, bro. Look at this. Pump. Step through pump. Oh my God, to the left. Hey, I'm not passing up on that, man. I just don't think you can, man. Oh my goodness. Again, coach's son, get him out of here. I just don't think you can, man. Even if Darryn Peterson is the better fit on the current Washington Wizards roster, man's throwing down windmills. This man's throwing down mid-game, down the lane windmills, bro. Even if Darryn Peterson is a better fit right now with the Wizards roster as it is, I'm not passing up on this. I'm not doing it, bro. I want to see some more footwork. Oh, come on, man. Brother, come on, man. Show me a hezzy post left-handed spin guy. Look at the hezzy spin. Do you guys understand the level of skill here? Do you understand the level of skill for somebody to be 6'9" and give you a post lefty hezzy spin fadeaway over a double team? That's unguardable. That's unguardable. Oh, way too much room. Give me that. You know what? I could have went right up on the right side, but just for fun, I want trick points. I want trick points, man. Let's see. Oh, step through fade, easy money. It's unguardable. That's unguardable. And because of his size, like the question with a lot of players is, will it translate immediately to the NBA? Because of his size, it's easier to say it will. It's easier to say it will, you know? It's a little more difficult to say that Darryn Peterson's skill will directly translate to the NBA just because he doesn't have freakish size. He has good NBA size. He doesn't have freakish size. AJ DeBonsa has freakish size and skill. But AJ DeBonsa is going to give you that young LeBron James. He's going to give you that young LeBron James where he was chased down blocking everything. I'm not passing up. I'm not passing up on AJ DeBonsa at number 1, bro. I'm not. But just to be fair, let's go peep Darryn Peterson and see what it's looking like, man. Just to refresh our memory on how really good this dude is also. More of a that's nasty. And that's over what appears to be at least a 6'10" center right there. Not afraid to attack the rim, not afraid to play through contact. Straight sniper, though. Darryn Peterson's a straight sniper. And his catch and shoot, there he is on a steal. Oof. Jesus. Dude, both of these guys are not normal college draft picks. Both of these dudes are very rare. That's nasty. See how buttery smooth. Oh my goodness, guys. Just like it's funny that I was like ranting about how I would not pass up on AJ, and then all I had to see was a couple refresh my memory on Darryn Peterson. Buttery smooth. Hezzy on a double team. See you later. Step back. Give me that. And he shot 38% from 3 on 7 attempts per game. 38% on 7 attempts. That appears to be unguardable right there. That appears to be unguardable. Oh my God. Bro, what am I watching? This guy, he doesn't even need... He's not just a straight-up sniper. He doesn't even need room to shoot. That's crazy. Although, in the biggest game in the NCAA tournament, he stunk up the joint, and AJ DeBonsa dropped 35. I'm still not passing up on AJ. Freakish size, freakish skill. But I think if the Wizards went Darryn Peterson at number 1, you can't really argue with that either. Can't really argue with that either, man. Both of these guys are outrageous. What a nice problem the Wizards have. What a nice problem the Wizards have. Let's get the latest on the Giannis Antetokounmpo talk, because it is ongoing. It does not appear... I honestly probably don't feel like they're going to trade Giannis Antetokounmpo before the draft. And I'm going to tell you the reason. There's a new report that just came out right before I came up here. Right before I came up here, a new report came out that solidifies my feeling that the Milwaukee Bucks are, for lack of better words, out of their fucking minds with what they want in return for Giannis Antetokounmpo at 32 years old, injuries piling up, relies heavily on athleticism, game will not age well, needs a new max contract, is 1-9 in his last 10 playoff games, has only played 20 playoff games since the championship in 2021. They are overvaluing the hell out of Giannis Antetokounmpo, and that's the problem here, and that's the fact that they're overvaluing him this much is what makes me feel like a Giannis Antetokounmpo trade is not going to happen. Now, of course, we got the reports or the rumors yesterday, 2 days ago, that the Celtics are not trading Jaylen Brown. Now Sam Amick says that the Celtics would welcome a straight-up Jaylen Brown for Giannis Antetokounmpo swap. We're going to read this, and then I'm going to tell you what the problem is with that idea. Sam Amick says the Celtics have gone to great lengths to avoid the elephant in the room here, but Jaylen Brown would need to be part of any deal for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Of course he would. If Boston had its way, it seems, the conversation would start and end with a 1-for-1 swap of fellow All-Stars who are still in their respective primes. Lest anyone forgets, Brown is coming off his best season yet, finishing 6th in MVP voting. the problem is the Milwaukee Bucks don't just want a player for right now. They want a player plus future assets. The Milwaukee Bucks are not in win now mode. Jaylen Brown's not taking that Milwaukee Bucks team anywhere. That team sucks. If Giannis Antetokounmpo couldn't take him anywhere, well, why, you know what I mean? So the Milwaukee Bucks would gain nothing. They would gain absolutely nothing from trading Giannis Antetokounmpo straight up for Jaylen Brown. It would do absolutely nothing for the Milwaukee Bucks to do that. And here's what the latest report is on what they're asking. The Bucks want the Celtics to add up to 3 future first-round picks on top of Jaylen Brown in a trade for Giannis. The Giannis trade is not going to happen. He's going to end up back in Milwaukee. Because I'm here to tell you right now, there's some dumb NBA GMs out there. There's some dumb NBA owners out there. If this was the Sacramento Kings, you could probably pull that off. If this was the Chicago Bulls, you could probably pull that off. If this was the Phoenix Suns, you could probably pull that off. If this was the Brooklyn Nets, maybe you could pull that off. A team that's starving for a superstar. A team that's starving for a big name. If this was the Portland Trailblazers, you could pull that off. If this was the Memphis Grizzlies, you could pull that off. Brad Stevens is not an idiot. I mean, he's the understudy of one Danny Ainge, the greatest GM in the history of the NBA, in my opinion. Brad Stevens ain't doing that. Brad Stevens is not giving you Jaylen Brown plus 3 future first-round picks for 6'11" Russell Westbrook at 31 years old. He's just not doing that. It just makes no sense. And so the Bucks are overplaying their hand, and Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to end up back in Milwaukee, and that will be the funniest conclusion to this NBA offseason. You heard it here first. Is Doc still the coach? I have no idea. He retired. Doc Rivers retired, I think. Is Doc Rivers still the Bucks coach? No, I think he retired, dude. Doc Rivers is no longer coaching the Milwaukee Bucks. He stepped down from his role following a 32-50 season that resulted in the team missing the playoffs. So they were 30-13 under Adrian Griffin when they fired him. Doc Rivers came in and stunk up the joint for 2 seasons. And the Damian Lillard trade blew up in their face. The Doc Rivers signing was just, I mean, I can't think of a dumber thing. I can't think of a dumber thing than the Milwaukee Bucks in the middle of that situation they were in, hiring the most overrated coach in NBA history. I can't think of a dumber thing. It was so funny. Bucks fans were like, please no. Sixers fans were like, they're about to hire Doc Rivers. Wow. Way to go, Bucks. Way to go, Bucks. Hey, 150 people in here, only 26 likes. That is what we call fraudulent behavior. We need 150 likes on the show ASAP. We got a couple more things we're going to do. We're just going to clip farm, man. We're going to go right to the basketball tab on Twitter. See what else we can react to NBA news-wise. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being active in the chat. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. We are here every single day live at 12. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, to even get 150 people in here in the beginning of the offseason with, like, not really a whole lot to talk about. I feel like that's an accomplishment. So thank you guys for the support. We're approaching 10,000 subscribers on this channel, and I want to let you know what we're going to do at 10,000. At 10,000 subscribers, we are going to launch memberships on this channel, and the membership will give you access to the Discord server. And the Discord server for this channel will be a Discord server where you literally pick the topics that are discussed on this channel. I'm going to make a Discord server where basically you drop anything you want in there. Anything you want me to react to every day, you drop it in there. A crazy tweet you saw, a wild NBA rumor you saw, a crazy trade idea, a YouTube video you watched that you think would be funny or entertaining for me to watch and react to. Literally anything. We're going to make that Discord server when we hit 10,000 subscribers on this channel. So thank you for helping us get to 10,000, man. Who do you think the Thunder are going to pick up on the first pick at 12? See, I don't know, bro. I haven't thought about that. That would be a perfect thing to drop in the aforementioned Discord server that I just talked about. Let's go. Let's see what else there is, man. Let's see. 49 minutes ago, the Spurs remain committed to De'Aaron Fox and view him as a calming presence and their closer. One rough series essentially playing on one leg doesn't change that. I agree with that. I do agree with that. And I was one up here ranting and raving about Mitch Johnson and the fact that he wouldn't bench De'Aaron Fox in the finals, and the fact that he wouldn't play Dylan Harper more minutes, and then the inside stuff about Clutch Sports. They're both part of Clutch Sports or whatever. But then when I really, went back and watched the clips and, De'Aaron Fox before he hurt his ankle, I just think he was injured. I think the Spurs should have sat him out in the NBA Finals. They should have sat him out the last couple of games. I just think the fact that they kept going to him when he couldn't hit he couldn't make anything, and he looked like he lost all confidence. He was just not himself at all. I can't figure out why they continued to play him. They had a better chance at winning that final series if they would have just sat De'Aaron Fox out with the ankle injury. But they see him as a calming presence and their closer. I think this is more. I think this is more about the fact that they know they can't trade him right now. So you're going to see a lot, Spurs fans, I think you're going to see a lot of off-season damage control in the De'Aaron Fox camp, in the Rich Paul Clutch Sports camp. You're going to see a lot of damage control all off-season because they can't trade him right now. There's just no way to trade him with what he looked like in the NBA Finals and the contract that he is on. They have no choice but to come back with him. I think you're going to see a lot of damage control this offseason on the De'Aaron Fox topic. And then the Spurs are going to come back next year because they have no choice but to come back next year with De'Aaron Fox. And what you're going to see next year, you're going to see Dylan Harper from day one look like an absolute NBA All-Star. You're going to see Dylan Harper from game number 1 in the 2027 season. Dylan Harper is going to be an NBA All-Star level player game 1 next season. And they're going to have to play De'Aaron Fox up and trade him at the deadline. That's exactly what's going to have to happen with the San Antonio Spurs. Again, I don't see a future where De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, and Stephon Castle are all playing 35 minutes. You know what I mean? I don't see a world where that's actually true. What else we got, man? AJ DeBonsa wants to play against LeBron James. There is a belief that Kawhi Leonard will have to take a legitimate pay cut if he wants to sign an extension with the LA Clippers this summer. At what point do the Clippers just let it go, man? The Clippers are speaking of stuck, the Clippers are stuck. You know what they got to do. You know what they got to do. It's time for Steve Ballmer to invest in another tree company. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what they got to do. You know what they got. And for those that don't understand that reference, this past season, Pablo Torre went on a crazy tirade accusing Steve Ballmer and the Clippers of paying Kawhi Leonard under the table, essentially, with a fake endorsement deal where basically there's a company that's supposedly a tree planting company that doesn't exist that paid Kawhi Leonard $29 million for an endorsement, and he never did anything. There was never an ad. There was never a commercial. There was never anything. So Pablo Torre went on that little tirade last year about that, and the Clippers got away with it. And now they have to call up Kawhi Leonard, and they have to say, listen, Kawhi, you are, how even old is Kawhi Leonard, man? He's getting up there. And he was actually, the thing about Kawhi Leonard is he was actually healthy last season. Into the playoffs. And they didn't even stand a chance. So now the Clippers are looking at like, we thought for how many years in a row, if we can just get Kawhi healthy, we have a shot. They actually got Kawhi healthy and they weren't even close to good enough to get out of the first round. So the Clippers, the Kawhi Leonard thing, they're screwed. He's 34 years old. But what the Clippers have to say now is, hey, Kawhi, we want you to sign an extension. We still think you got a couple good years left. But you're not a max player anymore. You know that, right? But if you're willing to sign a cheaper deal, we will launch the tree company again. And we'll slide you a couple mils from the tree company. APAP1586, thank you for the super chat, man. He says, sometimes the trade you don't make is the best trade now. When Jaylen Brown retires, I hope the 76ers can get at least one for you. What? When Jaylen Brown retires, I hope the 76ers can get at least one for you. As a fan, I hope you get to see that. Hit the like button. Hey, thank you for the support. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by trade Jaylen Brown and then tying it into the 76ers winning. Look, man, let me tell you guys again. The 76ers are never winning. Everybody has to accept this. Sixers fans and everybody. The Sixers are, stop saying that. Please stop saying that. I don't care anymore. I'm not sitting back here every day like, man, I hope the Sixers can get it together. Man, I really just want the Sixers to get it together and win. I gave up. It's over. It's done. 13 years of the process. 13 years. They did everything wrong the whole time. They're never going to do it right. I'm not sitting back hoping the Sixers win anything. They're never going to win anything. We got to all come to that. We got to all come to that realization, man. We got to all accept that. With the Celtics-Bucks deal pretty much about to fall through, what team, if any team, picks up Giannis Antetokounmpo? I don't think any team does, man. I don't think any team does. Thank you for the super chat, man. I don't think any team does. I think he signs an extension with the Milwaukee Bucks because Giannis Antetokounmpo no longer has the trade value that the Milwaukee Bucks think he has. He just doesn't have the trade value they think he has. Unless there were some backup teams in the rumor mill, right? There was the not the Milwaukee Bucks. They're the team that's trying to trade him. There was the Brooklyn Nets. There was what else was there, man? Let's go find that. Let's go Giannis, Brooklyn. There was the Brooklyn Nets, and there was another team that were like framework involving Bucks, Celtics, Clippers. The Celtics are exploring if they can, without trading Jaylen Brown. 1-for-1 Jaylen Brown swap. The Celtics could potentially add up to 3 first-round picks in a deal for Giannis. He didn't say that. Sleeper Hoops, that is not what Sam Amick said. I just read what he said. That's not what he said. The Boston Celtics want to do a 1-for-1 swap. There was some other teams in there. There was the Brooklyn Nets. The Portland, the Trailblazers would have significant interest in acquiring Jaylen Brown as a facilitator in a Giannis trade. Portland controls the Bucks' 28 and 30 draft due to the Damian Lillard trade, which they could send back. You send Jaylen Brown to Portland? Hey, you know what, man? That's not actually that crazy. That's not actually that crazy. If all the Portland Trailblazers are throwing in that trade is the Bucks' future draft picks, hey, that's not actually that crazy. Wait, Sam Amick's kind of cooking right here, man. The Celtics are willing to trade Jaylen Brown for Giannis. The Celtics are not willing to throw in extra first-round picks. The Milwaukee Bucks want Jaylen Brown plus future first-round picks. Or do the Milwaukee Bucks just want the future first-round picks? Because, the Milwaukee Bucks are in rebuild mode. Jaylen Brown going to Milwaukee does nothing for the Milwaukee Bucks. They would be the same as they were last year. They would just have Jaylen Brown instead of Giannis. So the Milwaukee Bucks, the reason they don't want to do the 1-for-1 Jaylen Brown swap for Giannis is because they want to build for the future. And this would get them their draft picks back. And for Portland, hey, Drew Holiday, Denny Avdia, Jaylen Brown. That can make the Portland Trailblazers a pretty good team. If I'm Portland, I'm doing that. Sounds a little far-fetched. Again, my overall prediction is that Giannis Antetokounmpo ends up signing back with the Milwaukee Bucks because they are overvaluing the hell out of him. Before we get out of here, we got to do our daily Sixers Sicko segment for all my maniac, absolutely diabolical 76ers fans that still exist. We're going to find something to talk about Sixers related. And I think what it is, I saw it earlier, there is a Crossing Broad article that I think I'm just going to react to. Let's see. What does Trillbro Dude say right here? I've been on one of Grave Zuby's Swain for the Sixers at 22. Let's go to this Crossing Broad article, man. Where is it at? Who's this guy here? LeBaron Philon may be slight of frame, but he's not lacking in factor. Equipped with the most elusive handle in this draft, he can navigate anywhere he wants on the floor while also possessing the fluidity and balance to decelerate abruptly in traffic. Sixers are going to draft a big man, dude. They're not drafting a guard. Definitely not a good... He's tiny. He's tiny, bro. If the 76ers draft a small guard, I swear to God, I'm jumping off the roof of my house. There's just no way, bro. Hey, guys. Got another small guard. What do you think? No, hell no. Where's this Crossing Broad article that I saw earlier? Let me find it. Here it is. Sixers top 3 draft targets, wing edition by Crossing Broad. They're not drafting a damn another small guard, dude. That would just be outrageous. Let's see this Crossing Broad article here, man. Ad. Okay. Ad. All right. Let's see. I hope you got your money through the ad. Hey, it's my boy Sean Bernard, actually. Shout out my guy Sean Bernard, man. He's a friend of mine. He does Sixers Digest, and he's been on this here, not this YouTube channel. He's been on Run It Back Philly plenty of times. Let's go. Let's see what Sean Bernard said on Crossing Broad. Shout out my dude Sean Bernard. Sixers top 3 NBA draft targets, wing edition, okay? The countdown to the NBA draft is on, and rumors are in full swing with the first round set to take place on June 23rd. This will mark the first major decision making for the new look Sixers front office. Ooh, we're getting close, guys. When's the draft? Oh, shit. We're getting close, man. Damn. When's the draft? Oh, I'm getting nervous, dude. Oh, damn. I'm getting nervous. All right, here we go. Drafting has been a strong suit in recent years. Okay, it has. I agree. Daryl Morey's been cooking in the draft with the Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Jared McCain. We're not going to talk about that. Even with Bob Myers and Mike Gansey now officially calling the shots, plenty of the scouting front office remains the same. This is a pivotal draft for the Sixers as they begin to determine the best path forward. Number 1 on Sean Bernard's list is Koa Pete. All right, so, okay, and we got a highlight reel right here. This is absolutely perfect. Thank you, Sean Bernard, for literally making this entire segment for me to post on YouTube and make ad revenue off of. I owe you at least $5. While not my personal favorite selection, this would be my prediction for who the Sixers selected 22 if you made me call the shot. 6'7", Bulldog mentality, Koa Pete is coming off a one-and-done season at Arizona in which he posted 14 points per game, 5.6 rebounds, 2.6 assists per game. I'm thinking the Sixers are looking for a power forward, not a wing. But at the same time, if they feel like this guy would be a perfect pairing next to Maxey and Edgecombe, and they feel like this guy would be a perfect replacement for $8 million Kelly Oubre, who they are not going to bring back. Kelly, sicko for life. I love you, but you're not coming back. He has an NBA-ready body and a more advanced feel for the game than is oftentimes the case for a player of his archetype. But the jump shot is borderline non-existent. A clear hurdle that will prevent him from reaching his peak as a basketball player. In these opportunities, he made 7 threes in an entire season. The 19-year-old attempted to calm the nerves of NBA scouts at the Combine in his Clutch Sports Pro Day, but these concerns were only heightened with the tape not looking pretty for the new-look jumper. He shot just 62% at the free throw line this year. Oh, my God, bro. This is your top pick? The Sixers trade Jared McCain for the number 22 pick in the draft, and they draft Kelly Oubre minus the jump shot. There's just no way. There is no way in 2026 you draft a non-shooter in the first round of the NBA draft. Let's see if his highlight package makes up for it. There's no way you draft a non-shooter in 2026. Let's see. Koa, what's his name? Koa Pete. Let's see. Where are we at? All right, let's go. Koa Pete, man. Let's see. See, the thing is, like, these dudes look like forwards in college because it's college, man. Like, you can look like a big player at 6'7" in college. And you get to the NBA, that's a shooting guard, bro. He's smaller than Jaylen Brown. He's smaller than Jaylen Brown. But he looks like a big man in these tapes because it's college. So he doesn't even play like a wing, dude. He doesn't even play like a wing. This is a 6'7" power forward, guys. This is a 6'7" power. Get out of here, man. This is a 6'7" power forward, dude. If the 76ers in the first round draft a 6'7" power forward who can't shoot, I'm out. Sean, I love you. I know you said this wasn't your pick. I'm so out on that. I can't even explain to you. I can't even explain to you how out I am on that. Live for the draft? Hell yeah, bro. Let's do it. Right here. Right here. I can't even explain to you how out I am on that. Oh, you said, oh, JB. Oh, okay. You were abbreviating Jalen Brunson by calling him JB. All right. When Jalen Brunson retires, right before Tyrese Maxey retires, he'll get one for you. Never say never. We had James Dolan for 30 years. Facts. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the support. Yeah. I think the Sixers could build a winning roster around Tyrese Maxey. And I love that you said this because most people claim you can't do that, right? And Jalen Brunson just proved that you can, right? And so, yeah, Jalen Brunson may have made people more acceptable. Jalen Brunson leading the Knicks to a championship possibly got Sixers fans on board a little bit more with building around Tyrese Maxey. And Mike Gansey did build the Cleveland Cavaliers roster of, Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. He built a really balanced roster with defense and rebounding. And, so if you're looking at Mike Gansey knows how to build a good roster. There's proof in the pudding there, even though he traded for James Harden. And you can build around Tyrese Maxey to win in the future. It just has to be, the team has to be built right, The same way the Knicks built the winning roster around Jalen Brunson. The team has to be built right. You got to have your OG Anunoby. You got to have your Mikal Bridges. You got to have your Karl Anthony Towns. You got to have your Mitch Robinson and your Landry Shamet. So it's possible. But the 76ers absolutely have to get off of the Joel Embiid situation. It's over. It's done. I don't want to watch it anymore. Man. If they come back this upcoming season with Joel Embiid and Paul George on the team, I don't want to watch it. Nobody does. That's the thing. I'm usually the most negative 76ers fan on planet Earth. And since I started YouTube in 2019, I've had so many fanboys come at me for how negative I am. 7 years later, everyone caught up. 7 years later, everyone caught up. I knew the Ben Simmons thing was a sham. I knew the James Harden thing was a sham. I knew the Doc Rivers hiring was a sham. I know all. 7 years later, everybody caught up. And they're like, oh, you know what? You're right. This team sucks and they're going nowhere. You're absolutely right. Most 76ers fans at this point agree with me. They are so out on this team, bro. Walk down the street, find a 76ers fan, and ask them what they think. They're going to say, the first thing they're going to say is, they got to trade Joel Embiid. That's exactly what they're going to say. Everybody agrees. The only people that don't agree are just 10-year-old fanboys on Twitter. But yeah, they can build a winning roster around Tyrese Maxey. They got to get off the Joel Embiid situation, dude. It's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. Hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out, man. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for being active in the comments. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. We're almost at 10K on this show. I love you so much. When we hit 10,000 subscribers, we're launching the Discord server where you daily will get to drop topics in the Discord for me to discuss and react to on this live show daily. I love you. I'll see you on the next one.